Okay, it's 2:02. I'd like to call this meeting, this October 15th, meeting of the Sassett Board of Directors to order. Please rise. Oh, wait, no, we do roll call first, sorry. Okay. Roll call, please.
District 20?
Yes.
District 25?
Yes.
District 33? District 34?
Here.
District 45?
Here.
District 48?
Here.
District 58?
Here.
District 60? District 63?
Here.
District 66?
Yes.
District 68?
Here.
District 88?
Here.
District 94?
Here.
District 99?
Here.
District 180?
Here.
District 201? District 202?
Here.
District 205? Present. And District 60? You're the board.
Okay, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we head into public comment, we need to appoint a secretary pro tem. He's not here today, so I'd like to nominate, probably against his will, Omar Castillo as the secretary pro tem. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Congratulations, Omar. Okay, thank you for the day. Gotta sign some things today, should be easy assignment. Okay. Public comment. Anyone in the audience that would like to provide public comment? Seeing none, move along to the consent agenda.
Sure, we have a pretty regular consent agenda. A couple things I want to point out. First of all, I realized this out Friday, but I'm delighted to welcome John Langton back to our group in a capacity. I'm recommending he be our facility specialist. We put the RFP out, and John by far was most qualified in my opinion. So you have that information in the board packet. We also have our annual goal ball tournament that you'll be approving today. And you'll see that we have a couple additional teacher resignations. Particularly hit hard this year has been adaptive PE, so we're trying to do what we can to recruit more folks. So that's about it for the consent agenda.
Kim, with regards to John's position, is it just on an as-needed basis, or is it a set number of hours while we're in this initial plan? Or I'm just, wanted to make sure that we've got a funding source for the work that he's going to be doing.
Yes, in his job description, we had, John and I had talked about plans. We wrote the position to be anywhere from 150 to 300 hours. So we don't anticipate it. I think 300 hours would be, or 350 hours would be on the high end of that. John wrote a proposal for me for the implementation phase as well, and I said at this point, we're just really looking at that pre-planning phases.
Thank you.
Sure.
We can have a motion and a second to approve the items on the consent agenda as presented.
So move 99. Second 20.
Any additional questions?
I'd like to move John off of the consent agenda and onto it as a regular item. That's a $60,000 position. That's an add-on. I think we should vote on that separately.
I'll amend my motion to remove that.
I will as well.
Roll call, please.
District 20?
Yes.
District 25?
Yes.
District 34?
Yes.
District 45?
Yes.
District 48?
Yes.
District 58?
Yes.
District 60?
Yes.
District 63?
Yes.
District 66?
Yes.
District 68?
Yes.
District 88?
Yes.
District 94?
Yes.
District 99?
Yes.
District 180?
Yes.
District 202?
Yes.
District 205? Yes. Motion passed.
Would you like to move that action item later, or would you like to take action?
I think we can go now. The rest of them are discussion items. My question to the board is that back to Kevin's point, is there a cap on this before we come back and vote again? Because And the moment it said 300 hours, I was like, that's $60,000.
Do you feel comfortable with action item now, or would you rather us do
I think we can do it now. We're comfortable doing it now.
that? Where is that one?
Yeah, it would be in personnel, sorry, yeah.
I'm trying to find the wording on it.
Yeah, it's the administration requests the board of directors to approve the personal recommendations as presented. So if we, so John is under the
I know it's
appointments,
Appointments.
number 3, so there's not a separate action.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
So I'd like to make a motion to approve John Langdon as the facilities specialist, SACS,
At the Sasson
the
Administrative Center.
Sasset Administrative Center, funded through local funds at an hourly rate of $200 an hour, not to exceed $350.
Second.
Any additional questions? Roll call, please.
District 25,
Yes.
District 34,
Yes.
District 45,
Yes.
District 48,
Yes.
District 58,
Yes.
District 60,
Yes.
District 63,
Yes.
District 66,
Yes.
District 68,
Yes.
District 88,
Yes.
District 94,
Yes.
District 99,
Yes.
District 180,
Yes.
District 202,
Yes.
District 205,
Yes.
District 20.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Discussion items.
Sure, we had a couple FOIA requests, you have that information with you, they're requesting some information regarding our counseling department and some of our titles, as well as, a request for a rubric that we use for 128. Rachel has filled all of the FOIA requests as appropriate. And then Lizzie, do you wanna go through our enrollment report?
Absolutely. So our enrollment is up 11 from the start of the school year. We saw gains in our deaf and hard hearing pathways and SLE program. While we are reaching some stability in the lower grades, those are still right now at capacity until, again, we can get more staffing. So those 4 additions are really in our grades 3 and up programs. And then a decrease in 1 in transition. Our enrollment, when we look across the different months and years, is steadily increasing back to where it is, and that's what happens yearly as students are in their schools. And there's a realization for greater needs. On the second page, what you have is by district, the number of students you have in each of our programs, along with the total in SASSET. The change is presented a little bit differently than last year. Last year, it was a change from month to month. What I'm going to give you this year is a change from the start of the school year. So you can keep a track on what your enrollment is from the beginning of the school year because of how that aligns with the pre-bills that your member student services administrators have been given. So you can keep track of that number, which I think is more helpful for your budgets. In that case, yeah.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Yes.
Any questions for Lizzie? All right, Rachel, wanna go through buildings and ground updates?
Sure, we just wanted to give an update on the mechanical project over at Southeast. There are still a couple issues that need to be addressed. There's a Pedicin pipe that was disconnected that still needs to be reconnected. The air handler in the gym, we need to perform the startup on that and then the test and balance. There is a thermostat that's not functioning, and then also there's a noise complaint in one of the rooms. It's a small social worker office, and it was determined that this noise, and it's been explained like a jet plane going off. It's very loud. It's from the absence of a damper. So we are working with Archon right now to figure out whose responsibility the damper is.
Do you know what they call for that damper in the drawings?
That's what we're looking at, and we do have our buildings and grounds manager taking a look at the contract and bids. It's a little, in the drawings, it can be interpreted 2 different ways, so we're working with Archon to determine that, and then I will bring that back. They did share, if if it was a change order request, they did share the amount is 18,000. But we are going back and forth that we think it should be their responsibility. On that note, Effie Moran was expected on Monday to complete this work, and they did not do her a no-show. At this building, Sassett Transition, we had our boiler inspection. There were a few little hiccups, but all of that has been resolved. And then we do have a small leak in the sprinkler system in the transition. That is going to be replaced on November 1st. And the landlord is responsible for taking care of all of those building maintenance costs for this building.
Any additional questions for Rachel on buildings and ground? Julia, we go through our staffing, please.
Sure. I'm going to move from left to right. So starting on the left-hand side, just to refresh, the first column, the EOY 2025, is where we ended the year last school year. The second column is our projected FTE needs for 1.82. We've added 7 additional FTE positions this school year. That brings us to 408.82 if we had all of our classrooms open, which we do not, as you know. Currently, our FTE needs are 402.82. Our October vacancies unfortunately went up from September. So most of that is in the realm of the para-professional realm, where in October we had 9 open positions. We now have 15. So that is a concern for us. 25.5 vacancies currently. And then you can see at the very end on the right-hand side, the distribution between our direct hires and our contract staff. That ratio did go up. In October, we lost several of our pairs that were direct hires to various districts in the surrounding area. Any questions on staffing?
Great. I'll go through our committee reports. Finance met on October 1st. We had a lot of information at this meeting. PMA prepared for us offset costs. If we took a look at our lease here, if we look our rent here, our leases in our districts, and kind of a total of everything. So over 20 years, if we were just to use as kind of an offset this building alone, our offset would be calculated to be about $9.5 million. For all of our current classroom rentals over 20 years, our offset would be $18.9 million. If we just looked at 6 classrooms, right, if we, just giving us options, we'd be looking at $2.5 million. And all of our current leases and rent here would be $28.5 million. I attached PMA's information to the sheet. Finance will be going back at this, and we will be looking at this at facilities as well. We also talked about our billing cycle. There was a desire for us just to review our cycle to make sure it's meeting all of our district's needs. Your partner districts, we met with your special education directors and your finance directors, took actually all their input. We are going to continue with the, one of the big asks was districts want to know their tuition sooner than what we were able to get that out. So the only way for us to do that is to use our current program costs at the time around February when we are doing our staffing, increase that by either a contractual costs or CPI, and then use a more realistic number for enrollment rather than our higher end of enrollment to give a better idea of what our tuition will be. We're going to update our billing cycle to include that in there, and then also we'll be providing your districts with a Google sheet or template where they can plug in how many students you're expecting to have in each program, so it will calculate the tuition for you as you build your budgets as well. We'll still do the menu of services. We did not do a mid-year true-up this year. We know we need to. We'll do that in March. So Rachel and I will be bringing back what we believe the recommendations that the finance committee made, make sure that they all look good, and then we'll bring them to the next board meeting. And then lastly, we began a little bit deeper into our S-Fund conversation. Let me first say there's a lot of ongoing information about S funds and what it's gonna look like. S funds are those funds that are now available to districts that are placing students in cooperative programs. Currently, you all get reimbursement for your special education students placed in therapeutic schools. There's been a lot of lobbying, probably over the past 10 years from co-ops to have co-op programs be part of that as well, or have their own source of funding. So ISB is now allowing that. There's not a new source of funds, so it basically is still being used out of the same pot of money, which means your reimbursement is going to go down for all students, but you'll have SACID programs be part of that. The only programs that qualify for SACID are the standalone programs, so that would be our transition program, Southeast, and Lyle South. And then it's still 2 times your per capita. So Rachel figured out what that would look like potentially for each district if you had students placed in either of these programs. We anticipate about a 50% reimbursement, but there's no guarantee to that. As more information comes in, we'll be vetting this through our finance committee. There might be other implications as we go through this. Rachel is very active with her organization. I'm very active with other special education cooperatives as all this is playing out. Don't anticipate it's going to go very smoothly, but we'll share more information. We'll vet it with the finance committee before bringing it back here. Any questions on the finance committee? Anything, Keith, that I missed?
Well done.
Thank you. All right, and then lastly, my executive director's report, just an update on our strategic plan. Met with Lewis this week. We are trying to look at some programs to support some of our direct hire teacher assistants to go through some teacher programs. We currently have some contractual language that will allow us to do that. So we've been meeting with Lewis, with Benedictine, and with North Central. So it's just now pulling those pieces together. We sent out a survey. We'll be sending out a survey Friday for interest inventory to see who might be interested in that. We're also looking at ways to increase our clinical students and our student teachers in SACID programs. We've been meeting with the universities, really expressing what makes SACID unique and how it really focuses on special education from a very, resourceful or more intense side. We also hosted our night at the museum last Saturday. It was great. We tripled our size. We had kids, we had families, we had pizza. Just a really nice event for our families. In the area of exemplary programs, Dr. Vanderwood continues to partner with Dr. Dixon for the AIM program. This is the new program that we have over at Southeast. It is moving along. There are some challenges that we're facing with new programs. Dr. Vanderwood and Ms. Lopez, our principal out there, have been working incredibly hard with supporting staff through these changes. We're also going to have, we also had Dr. Dixon out at Winfield to do some walkthroughs and offer us some suggestions as well to improve programming. We're hoping to schedule UCURO training at Winfield. UCURO training is the best way for me to describe it is a step between RTOs. It's the pads and whatnot. Our students at Winfield are second to our students at Southeast, are probably our students that require or have historically required RTOs. We really would like to not go hands-on as frequently as we are. So we're looking at ways to train our staff. We know pulling staff out, particularly at Winfield, is not optimal. We're looking at potentially having the students stay home for one day so we can train our staff, but we want to make sure our staff show up and don't take that as additional days. So we're also looking at some days maybe over Christmas break or spring break to get our staff trained as well. And then one of our big pushes over last year and this year's communication. And last year, SACID calls kind of PLCs or PLTs and GLTs, and they were not scheduled regularly last year. It was really more program dependent. I'm happy to say with our new coordinators, they are scheduled, they are attending. It is support for our staff. They're weekly and monthly, so those are on the books and being very well attended. And then as far as operations, Lizzie, Rachel, Dan, and I spent the day with our new architect and a realtor looking at 5 different properties. We'll be sharing those at facilities. They ranged from smaller districts to incredibly large districts, from Oak Brook to Naperville, pretty much right down along 88. So a lot of work to do with our facilities committee. And then again, I talked about PMA, providing information, brought forth the recommendation for John Langton today, and then our service menu options for review. Any questions? Alrighty. Are you ready to go to closed session?
Okay, item 6, we're gonna be convening into closed session. 6A, to convene into closed session for the purpose of self-evaluation practices and procedures or professional ethics in meeting with the representative of a statewide association of which the public body is a member. Motion and a second to move into closed session.
So moved.
66 is second.
Questions? Roll call, please.
District 68,
Yes.
District 88,
Yes.
District 94,
Yes.
District 99,
Yes.
District 180,
Yes.
District 202,
Yes.
District 205,
Yes.
District 20,
Yes.
District 25,
Yes.
District 34,
Yes.
District 45,
Yes.
District 48,
Yes.
District 58,
Yes.
District 60,
Yes.
District 63,
Yes.
District 66.
Yes.
Motion passed.